Patti Bullard, the owner and designer of Wubbers Jewelry Making Tools, and I'm excited to be here today at Fire Mountain Gems and Beads Jewelry Making Studio to show you the Wubbers oval mandrel pliers. They come in 4 different pliers that each have 2 different sizes of jaws, which gives you 8 different sizes total when you look at all the sizes together. They open up a great opportunity for designing new shapes, repetitive shapes that all match and that look great together. Now, I want to show you a few little tricks about using this. I'm going to use this pair right here with some 16 gauge wire, and I want to show you the trick to getting a nice jump ring made from these pliers. I'm just going to start by holding the wire right in between the jaws, and then I'm going to wrap 1/2 time around. I flip the pliers, put it back on the jaw, wrap again, flip the pliers. Now I could cross it over, but the beauty of doing it this way is I'm working right off my coil and I'm not going to waste any wire. So when I get it to the number of jump rings I want, I can just remove it from the pliers. I can take my Lindstrom shears, which I love because they will do a nice clean cut. I'm going to actually press this together like this so that I can get a nice clean cut through the same place on the side of the ring, and I'm going to just clip right through. Now, I have just made 3 oval jump rings that I can close up and use to solder together or use for part of my design. I can just close them up like a regular jump ring going back and forth, and you can see that, there we go. Now, that was the larger size. I want to show you the small size. When you're working with jump rings, a lot of times the round ones rotate completely. And when you're attaching a charm or a toggle or even holding a pendant on in place on a necklace, you will find that the oval jump ring, because it opens on the side like this, then your piece rests on the oval ends, which would be here and here. And that way, it's not as likely to go through the opening. So we often view the oval jump rings as stronger just because of the way the jewelry sits on them. To make the smaller ones, it's really important to know this little trick here. I could wrap this 20 gauge wire so tightly around this jaw it would be hard to get it off. But what I'm going to do is do the same technique of doing a half turn and rotating, and that way I can always get the jump ring off the jaw of the pliers. Another thing is, if you notice, I'm leaving just a little bit of space here as I coil. What that'll do is when I come back in, I'm going to, instead of using these shears, which are a little bit big for this and will distort my rings, I'm going to come in and use my flush cutters, and I'm going to cut the first side, and then I'm going to flip my pliers, and I let that first little end of the wire nestle up in the V of my flush cutters, and then I can clip. And then I flip, clip, flip, clip. And I'll do one more. And now you can see I've made 3 jump rings. I will take my pliers. These small ones are a little hard to do with your fingers, but I can take my pliers and form them right into the perfect jump ring shape. Thank you so much for joining me here at the Fire Mountain Gems and Beads Jewelry Making Studio. I hope you've enjoyed learning about the oval mandrel pliers made by Wubbers, and I look forward to seeing what you can make with these amazing pliers.